Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and today we are in store for a bit of a fun one. And I know, most of the videos are fun ones, but some of them are serious, judging, things of that nature. This one, we are living in a fantasy land. We have apples and oranges when it comes to Derek Lunsford versus Nick Walker. Pittsburgh Pro, two very good showings of these two dudes. Today, we are going to take a little of this from Derek, maybe a little of that, maybe a lot of that from Nick Walker, and we are going to wow. We are going to combine the efforts to make this super duper hybrid. Look at that. We are beginning with a good pose here. The front double biceps pose. And it's pretty easy to figure. Hold on a second. Whose face is that? That looks like. Here, bring both of the original poses back up here so we can see which guy got which muscle group and perhaps whose face this is. Because it looks like Derek Lunsford's initially, because of the gleaming chrome smile. But then look at the hairdo. I think that's Nick's hairdo. And Nick's ears as well. So it could be of some debate, for sure. You see, Derek has evil eyes, and Nick has kind eyes. Anyone? So the arms, obviously, Nick Walker's. But I kind of cheated here. I'm sure you keen-eye buckaroos could see that it's just one arm. I duplicated it. Know what I'm saying? To make it even more symmetrical. Well, we're editing. We might as well. And I noticed the teardrop there. I noticed. I was the one that did it. Okay. Terry did it. The teardrop. That's from Derek Lunsford. So and I think he had a little bit of surgery to remove some of the varicose veins. Wouldn't have bothered me, but Bob Ciccarello keeps bringing it up. So I guess we can thank Bob for the slight removal of the varicose veins from Nick Walker. But wow. Punctuation with that midsection and those lats of good old Derek Lunsford. This here would beat anybody. Samson, Hattie Shupin, anybody. Now we're going to go right to the side chest pose. We're not going to do the front lat. It just was a terrible picture of Nick. It was blurry and wasn't as good of quality. So, and really it would have been just Derek Lunsford with Nick Walker's wheels. But the side chest is interesting. Now, morph these two dudes together, and this is the results. Or would it be, these are the results? What a finish. And again, I don't exactly know whose face this is. Looks like Derek's grill again, and his nose piece, and Nick's kind eyes. Bring on the originals so we can see where we are coming from. And I can definitely see not just a Derek Lunsford upper body. We have Nick Walker delts involved. And his neck. You can see his traps look better than Derek's. At least in this pose. I'm foreshadowing about something happens a little bit later. But anyway, we'll get into that later. The wheels of Nick Walker are dwarfing Derek Lunsford's. And that's why we are using them. That's why a lot of people were upset about the calling at the Pittsburgh Pro, but we don't need to get into that. We obviously used some cuts from Derek Lunsford's wheels. So, it's not all Nick Walker's quad development there. This is a combination of the two best bodybuilders in the IFBB. And I thought this was, aside from the delt, all Derek's arms, but I think there's some biceps thrown in there as well from Nicholas Walker. So, once again, nobody's gonna touch this side chest. Nobody. Samson? No, no. All right. Let us go to the back shot. No side tricep? Ah, come on. What a ripoff. The side tricep picture of Nick Walker was blurry again. Not as good of quality of the Derek Lunsfords. Now the back is going to be of some debate, I believe. Here is the hybrid. Now, like I said, could be of some debate. This is obviously Derek Lunsford's back. Here, bring on the originals. And I am sure Nick Walker diehard fans are going to suggest that his back is better. Well, I don't think so. I think Derek Lunsford's back is thicker, more three-dimensional. Now you can see the upper traps and the neck. I mean, Nick Walker's neck? These are the type of dudes you wouldn't want to punch in the face, because their head wouldn't move, because they got a big thick neck. See, Derek doesn't have that, but he has the lower traps, I suggest. So I kind of morphed the traps together. Obviously the arms for Nick. Not even a question. I mean, this is the biggest difference of any muscle group. Look at the arm difference, guys. I mean, come on. Wow. Wow. But yes, I do believe the thickness, and it's hard to see on pictures really, but I did toss in a little flavoring of Nick's lats there to extend the lats a little bit, so they're a little bit longer. Lower half, yes, we use the badonk-o-donk, the badonk-a-donk-a-Derek, the mighty brother Derek. We used his bum, but we used the hamstrings, obviously, of Nick Walker, and the calves, minus a little bit of... No, we didn't do any varicose vein surgery for the back shots. But yes, what a mighty pose. And some Nick Walker fans will argue this is just, Nick Walker with a better bum, I guess. Go to the rear lat spread. And I have to warn you guys, this is probably going to be more controversial than the rear double biceps. Now, initially, Derek's back. It looks like it's cleaning house. But keep in mind, Nick Walker, he stood so much taller than Derek Lunsford. So, without further ado, here is the hybrid. You see what I mean? The lats, they don't appear to be as huge. And I didn't make his back any bigger. I kind of sized them the best as I could. I kept the back. But, it's three-dimensional thickness. The traditional thick lat insertions. And speaking of lat insertions, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, bring on the original two here. Yes, I believe that I used Nick Walker's lat insertions down there. But for the most part, it is Derek Lunsford's back. You can see that. Even his arms? Well, I tossed in Nick Walker's triceps because they're so bulging and impressive. And the same combination here, glutes, Derek Lunsford's bottom, and Nick Walker's hamstrings, calves, things of that nature. So again, guys, the combination of the two is way better than either one of these two dudes. Now the abs and thigh is kind of a fun one. Without further ado, we're getting past 9 minutes here. This is the combination of the two. And dare I say, bring on the originals, dare I say, it is pretty impressive. Ah! Hadn't it? All right. I cheated a little bit for this one. I made his abs a little bit smaller. And that kinda... Well, they didn't fit on that little waistline of Derek's. So, yeah, Nick obviously has the more separation in the abs, but Derek, obviously the better overall shape, and the quads, not even close, really. I like the way Derek's holding his, But I mean, they're half the size. Nick Walker, he is a beast as far as that's concerned. Wheel department. And the most muscular to finish this fun one off. And I know it's just going to be Nick Walker, right? Well, here it is. And here's the OGs. OJ? No, OGs. Jeez Louise. The originals, and it's not just Nick Walker. I used Derek Lunsford's traps. Oh, that's what I meant earlier on when I said about the traps. Derek's traps. You look at the originals here, and you can see they're way bigger than Nick's. And again, we used a combination of their faces. This time, Derek's evil eyes. The old evil peepers of Brother Derek. Wow. And his midsection. Terry, why did you use Derek's midsection?
It goes in.
Well, that could be of some debate. Nick's definitely more separated. You gotta keep it separated. So for the most part, obviously, Nick Walker. And if you looked at a lot of the poses, Nick Walker, he made up a lot of the poses. I seen more Nick Walker in this hybrid than Derek Lunsford. But Derek obviously added some little details that really would put a Nick Walker physique over the edge and be a Mr. Olympia champion. But yes, I hope you folks, you fine folks, enjoyed this one. And I know, I can hear you guys now. But Mars Man McDonald, but Mix Mash McGill, it's a toupee, not a tiara. No, it isn't, it's a tiara, look. Marks Max Maple, I like this one. But Max Muscle. But Marks Mices. But farts lack muscles. Toupee, tiara, I says. But Max Milk Dud Milk Jug. I like that guy. But Markson Bergen McMaxinen. But Marks Max Monsoon. But Marks Max Martian. Marks Max Mexican. I like that one. And finally, but Mad Max Muscle. Why would you do such a video? What is the point?
For fun. It's the point of doing anything. Just neat to see, I guess.
But yes, there was a whole lot more Marks Max Muscle, but Marks Max Muscle comments. And I mean, I showed several of them. So keep them coming. I think they are hilarious. Some good ones too I missed. So sorry for you fellers. Maybe we'll toss a few more in our next video. Hit thumbs up on this one. Love and appreciate each and every one of you fellers. Have a nice one.